Minasan, yokoso! Tom here with another episode of the Japanese Pokedex Project. Today, due to popular demand by our patrons, we're talking about Snorlax, or Kabi Gon. Remember to vote for the next Pokemon at patreon.com/GameGrammar. Let's begin. The name Kabi Gon comes from Game Freak designer Koji Nishino's nickname. Inside jokes! You probably wouldn't understand. He's an NPC in Black 2 and White 2 that you can battle, and he battles with, you guessed it, Clefairy. Later on he gets a Kabigon too. All his Pokemon have Tabe Nokoshi, or leftovers, and are round. Methinks Nishino's eating habits are something of an office joke. This isn't the only game to riff on staff members for character designs. The original Kid Icarus takes a jab at Hirokazu Tanaka and his inordinately large nose with the Speck Nose enemy. I think I'll take the Kabigon comparison personally. Kabigon is the Inemuri Pokemon, or nap Pokemon, because it sleeps a lot. Get it? Get it? It's 2.1 meters high, which is about 6'9", way taller than most people, but not taller than some really tall basketball players. Like, if you saw Kabigon at a party, you'd be like, whoa, who let that ridiculously tall person in here? But if you saw it on a basketball court, it wouldn't seem abnormal. Except for the whole, horrendous monster thing. It weighs 460 kilograms, which is really heavy, like 1,014 pounds heavy. There's a video of a guy lifting exactly this much weight, and it's kind of horrifying. Look at how that bar bends. No wonder Kabigon is laying down most of the time. I would too if I weighed that much. On to the Zukan entry. ぐうたらで食べては寝るだけ。だからどんどん太っていき、ますます怠けてしまうらしい. Let's start with ぐうたら. ぐうたら by itself means lazy or good for nothing. But we can remember it better by knowing that gu gu means fast asleep or snoring. Without kanji, I don't know if it's directly related to gutara, but they're similar enough that it helps to remember. Gutara, lazy. Gu gu, fast asleep. See? De isn't giving us a location here. It's acting like a comma, paving the way for the rest of the sentence. Taberu, to eat, but with te wa at the end. It's just the normal te form, but with wa after it. It comes to mean, since it eats, or shows a sequence of actions, one after another. Tabete wa. In this case, what happens after it eats? Neru. It means to sleep or to lie down. Kabigon is really good at neru. The dake means only, so neru dake means only sleep. But because taberu and neru are used in conjunction like this, dake applies to both, so the whole phrase means only eats and sleeps. That's it. The entire sequence of Kabigon's life. Oh, Kabigon! My envy extends to the stars above and also beyond, penetrating the boundaries of our feeble dimensions, permeating to the ethereal realm, the embodiment of my favorite lazy orange striped cartoon cat, Heathcliff. How I wish to tabete wa neru dake. Gutara de tabete wa neru dake. Lazy, it only eats and sleeps. Dakara means therefore, and dondon is an adverb meaning rapidly or steadily. Be careful not to mistake this for dandan, though, which is the opposite, gradually. Think of it this way. Don Juan meets the ladies rapidly, but his friend Dan takes it at a slower pace. Futoru means to grow fat. It's in the teiku form, so it's an action that will be completed sometime in the future. It is conjugated as the stem form, futotte iki, in order to allow it to act like a comma. Dakara, dondon futotte iki. Because of this, it steadily becomes fat. And also, it hasn't stopped. It's just gonna get way fatter. Like, you wouldn't even believe there is no end in sight. It's like that time I tried an all-ice cream diet. Masu masu means increasingly, more and more, just like masimas in Spanish. Trilingualism! Or like mass and mass, because you had some mass, and also then more mass, because it's increasing. If I keep going, this explanation is gonna go masu masu. Namakeru means to be idle or to neglect. Namakemono means lazy person or sloth. Oddly enough, Kabigon can't learn slack off, which is just called namakeru in Japanese. Awkward. Get it together, Game Freak. Teshimao indicates an action that is done in its entirety, but it can often carry a negative connotation, like wasurete shimatta, I forgot about it, or even just shimatta on its own, which is literally I did it, but confused like dang it, shimatta. Rashi means looks like or appears like. Nouns, verbs, and even adjectives in their simple forms with rashi at the end are used to express similarity in the sense that it appears to be true. Masu namakete shimau rashi. It seems to become increasingly lazy. All together now. ぐうたらで食べては寝るだけ。だからどんどん太っていき、ますます怠けてしまうらしい。It's lazy, and it only eats and sleeps. Because of that, it seems to grow steadily fatter and gets even lazier. But the official translation is very lazy, just eats and sleeps. As its rotund bulk builds, it becomes steadily more slothful. It's mostly the same, but they squeezed more colorful language in there. Rotund! What a great localization. Thanks to our patrons for supporting this video at patreon.com/gamegrammar. You can support us too. You can also help by leaving a like, or commenting, or even subscribing. Yes, you can do that. It is possible. I hope to see you next time, even though I can't actually see you. Screens and stuff. What's the deal with that? Mata ne.
Kore means this thing. Sadukeru means to grant, to award. Here, sadukeru was conjugated in its volitional form. Let's grant. He is saying, I have the intention of giving. But if you said this in English, you might sound odd. So we'll translate this as I will give.